Manny Skulls, what's going on? It's Andrew or the Skull263 here, and I have my special guest Shelby again. Say hi, please.
Hi.
Yeah, so, yeah. So, in this deck review thing, it's gonna be, you know, these things here, which of course I have a zoom up on because, yeah, and the lighting, for some reason, shows them as pink. The red, by the way. And I actually had a review of one of these guys before, but I never posted it because I didn't like it, and then it got quickly outdated by the version I remade of it. And that was interesting. And, so yeah, we're gonna review some of this, and she's gonna be laughing in the background like normal, and, yeah, see you guys when I have it ready. Okay, and we're back, and, that guy. So, basically, I have him on a stand thing, so he can get to my tripod, and, it's, this is interesting how this is gonna work. Decals. It's all decaled. Most of the body, like the body and the legs, are red by themselves. The head, of course, was a yellow, like old smiley face head I had, that I painted red and had put decals on it. So basically, when you print the decals on white, of course, the red is not going to be actual red. It's going to be lighter. So it's like kind of a pinkish. So what I did was then with the paint, I repainted all of this to where it's red, but for you guys everything looks really pinkish because my camera doesn't know how to white balance by itself anymore. So, yeah. There's not much to this guy, except, you know, decaling really took forever to do, because sometimes the decals didn't print right, and they, like, got black all over. And, yeah. But it looks really cool. Other problems is, it's like, all the paint... See, now you can't even tell there's yellow or there's red missing. This is bad. Why is it doing this? There's actually some yellow missing right there. Now you can see it. There's some red missing right there, so you can see the yellow. But that's kind of a problem with paint, is that it's always going to come off unless you use tester's paint, which I don't actually have any of. I was going to buy some, but I couldn't find any, like, at Meijer. So, yeah, people are screaming outside. Anyway.
Thanks.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I totally lost my train of thought. So, I use apple barrel paint, which is actually what I used to completely paint this guy, which is my rendition of this guy, which, you know, I got the smallest brush I could find, and this may not look very small unless you actually know and you're holding this. This is really small. This is, a millimeter, maybe? A couple millimeters? It's very thin. Smallest paintbrush I had. Yeah. I made to repaint some eyes because they're kind of like melting through it. It's weird. Anyway, they're no longer as white as they used to be. Yeah, I kind of screwed up on the back a little. I was trying to do this, and I just kind of refocused it on this side. Looks a lot better. But yeah, so it took forever, because if you know anything about painting, you have to let it dry for like 20 to 30 minutes after you put a coat on, and then you have to do multiple coats, which then adds more thickness to the whatever you're painting on. So it's just really hard to let things dry, because this body, it was printed on the front and back. It was just a red body, but it had printing on it. So I had to, of course, paint over the printing, which was white and black, which is some of the hardest stuff to actually paint over. And she's nodding her head yes and giving a thumbs up on the side because she doesn't want to say anything, apparently. And, that's what I had to do. So, it's not the best, but I really like, how the figure turned out. And, so I made that point of it being super skinny because this is, decaled, made in, like, Microsoft Paint. And someone made it, like, in there. And I just tried to make my own version of it, which is, it's not the best. I actually prefer actually taking this head off, putting it on my body, because I like my body more, because the decals come off really easily. Of course, the paint does kind of scratch off, too, but, I'm not going to actually, like, use these guys for anything. They're just kind of display in here. But yeah, so the eyes, they're not the best, neither is the mouth, but I think it's good for what I could do. And actually, my brother and my mom were actually super impressed by it. I know some people who have saw it, really thought it was nice and small but good. And yeah. It was pretty interesting. Took forever. I even went as far as putting lines in between the legs. There were actually arrows because I couldn't figure out anything else to put there. So yeah, it's just kind of arrows and stuff. I'm sorry this is pink for some reason. Should be red. Anyway, so yeah, like again, this whole body or this whole head was just a smiley face. Yellow one, painted over it with red, like 3 or 4 coats of red. So far, nothing has come off. Fingers crossed that nothing else ever comes off. But we'll see. So that's it for the guy. So yeah, guys, that's really it. I hope that you will enjoy it. Like the video if you liked it. Favorite video is your favorite. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Like this. Comment stuff. I never get anyone commenting me or anything, messaging me. It's kind of sad. Yeah, you can do that. I found another filter. Frickin', it's a futuristic blue filter. Makes red look red. So, wish I could have looked for that earlier. Yeah. Do you want to say anything, Shelby?
No.
No? Okay. Well, that's what she did last time. And I will, see you all. What?
If you yawn, it takes away stress in your brain.
Interesting. And I will see you all later. Take care.